For people that are going to be tuning in on Saturday night, give it to them. Tell them exactly what they're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, every time, we said it earlier, every time we come to Abu Dhabi, we stack the card. We got a great card on Saturday night. Main event is, you said it yourself, the heavyweights of are it. And a lot on the line for both of these guys this weekend. And I'm excited to see how this thing plays out.
Let's talk about Dana White. His cognitive decline is absolutely happening at a rapid rate, more so over the last 5 to 6 years. If you haven't noticed it, I'm sure you're noticing it now. He hasn't been in the game. He's not been firing on all cylinders for a number of years, and he's just getting worse and worse, in my opinion. He's boring to listen to now. He's not sharp. He's not on the ball. He doesn't remember stats and numbers. He doesn't know half the fighters on the UFC roster, let alone on the prelim cards. It's honestly shambolic and shameful, and it's getting worse. But I wanted to focus particularly on a little bit of this interview. Shout out to Adam Catterall for TNT Sports. He's one of the best in the business. I'm a little bit biased because he's from the UK. Great interviewer, but Adam must have been going out of his mind. I don't know how long the original interview was for, but obviously it was cut down to 15 minutes, which is not a lot. I'm sure they shaved off trimmed some time to edit it. But he was getting no answers whatsoever to the questions he was being presented with Dana. He was giving surface level, hokery-pokery answers, going around the edges. He wasn't putting any meat on the bones. And it's clear as day, he's just not firing properly. He can't think. He can't remember people. He can't even remember. I bet you he doesn't know this card top to bottom. What's happening in Abu Dhabi tomorrow night. I can guarantee you he does not know all the fighters on all the card, even in the prelims, unless he's got his little golden piece of paper that his team provide him with. And you've seen this in pre-fight press conferences and post-fight press conferences. The guy knows nothing unless he has a sheet of paper with bullet points of stats and facts and fighters' names and bonuses. He doesn't know anything, okay? And it's getting worse and worse. And in this interview, right at the last second, Adam Catterall basically gives him the floor and says, "Go on, Dana, stick it to them. Why should people tune in to your pay-per-view event this Saturday in Abu Dhabi? The floor is yours. The floor is yours, my man. You are the UFC branding face. You are the face of the company. You're the president. Go and do it." And what does he say? He gives a fluffy, non-committal, boring answer. You can tell he just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And he's saying, yeah, they've both got a lot on the line. There's too much to lose. Boring. Nobody cares. The guy isn't firing properly. His brain isn't working. His cognition is declining at a rapid rate, and it's clear to see. It's clear to see. What's really interesting for me, though, aside from him not knowing his numbers, he doesn't know his numbers. He doesn't know stats. He doesn't know any fighters on the prelim cards. He probably knows 2 out of about 6 or 7 fights. Let's be honest. He doesn't know anyone's stats in terms of when they lost fought, who they fought against, who won, who got beat, how they won, how they got beat, what's next in the pipeline. He knows nothing of this because he knows damn well, and we all know damn well, slowly over the last few years, he's been etching himself away from the business, etching his way slowly out of the way. We know that Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, and Hunter Campbell are the ones running the ship, more so Hunter. Dana's just a face, a name for the corporation. He's not doing half as much. He can't be. He's just not in the business. You can clearly see it. Clear as day to any man or woman watching this. But he gives fluffy answers. He's everywhere what he's saying, and it just doesn't make sense. And he doesn't know his fighters. He doesn't know his corporation. Now let's compare him to Eddie Hearn. He's got a little bit of a rivalry with Eddie Hearn right now. Obviously, for those of you who don't know him, out of the UK, but a global force to be reckoned with Matchroom Boxing. They're very much a global entity now. He is by far, in my opinion, the best promoter in the business. He is sharp as a tack. He knows everything. He doesn't need a written piece of paper for any press conference. He doesn't need to have plugs in his ears or people whispering him or confirming things. Dana's like, what was that, Lene? What was that, Lene? What was that? What did he say? Guy can't hear properly. He can't think properly. Eddie Hearn is sharp as a tack. He's on the beat all the time. Eddie Hearn can not only tell you the fight card happening on a Saturday night in the Copper Box Arena in London, or if it's in Las Vegas, or if it's in Philadelphia, he will tell you top to bottom every single fighter of the card. Who the last wins were against, how they won, why does he think they're going to win or lose this fight, what's in store for them if they get beat, what's in store for them if they win. He knows it all. He knows the history. He knows about the training camps. He knows everything off the top of his head. He will rattle through 8 fights easily. And not only that, if you ask him for his up-and-coming fight cards for the next 3 to 4 months, he will absolutely tell you what's on the cards already, what fights he's planning, how does that look, where he's going to next to talk about this. He will run rings around Dana in this respect. It's not even a competition. And then people say to me, well, does he really need to, Dana this is, does Dana actually need to know this much? And my argument is yes, he fucking does. Because he's the president of a massive corporation. We know he's got a lot on his plate, right? He's got UFC. He's also in with the Saudis, Turkey Al Sheikh with the boxing. He's got Power Slap, which no one gives a shit about. And as you can see, if you've listened to interviews by Eddie Hearn, Turkey Al Sheikh is a force to be reckoned with. That guy will get you out of bed at 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. He don't give 2 shits about you and your personal life. Eddie Hall has frequently said that he's being called to hotel meetings or Zoom meetings or phone calls at 2 in the morning, UK time, obviously. The guy is exhausted. I don't know if Dana's doing that. Maybe he is, and maybe it's taking a toll on him. I don't know. But Turkey is a workhorse, and he will keep you going. But Eddie Hall, he's a fucking strongman, isn't he? Eddie Hearn is going to be he's too sharp for Dana White. He doesn't have the TKO backing, but he can rattle names off all the time, non-stop. And same with Frank Warren. Yeah, he might have a little card, but he's 72 or 3 years old. But it's clear to me that Dana is on the decline. He's been on the decline for a while. He's got too much going on in his life. He's not actively invested in the UFC anymore. And this answer, I mean, go and watch the whole interview. I ask you to go and watch it, and you'll see how pathetic he literally is embarrassing to watch this man now. That's how bad it's got. He's a total embarrassment to the UFC. He doesn't represent himself very well on camera anymore. He can't speak very well. He can't remember anything. He doesn't know any fighters. He won't know half the fighters on the card tomorrow night, guarantee. He don't know who they fought last, who they won, who lost. He doesn't know anything. And that isn't a true representation of the UFC, which is the biggest combat sport, global entity across the world. So it's a sad state of affairs. I don't know what's in hold for Dana White. He's got too much on his plate. And I know he's got this battle off with Eddie Hearn, what's going on. We'll see what goes on. But one thing is for sure, Eddie Hearn is embarrassing him when it comes to promotion.